What's up, everybody? I got two hits to drop again, but quickly I wanted to ask you, why would they call it the coronavirus? What is the importance of corona? We know it's a beer, it's a beverage, a top notch one, I might add, respectfully, to the company. But why would they say corona? Why would, and if we want to be honest, Spanish, whatever you guys want to say about it, why would America call it that? Have you ever thought that? Have you ever looked up the meaning behind it and why they do it? Crown. If that's what it means, my question is, whose crown? Because you got, like, what? These guys, like, what is he talking? Think about it. It's called the coronavirus. Why would they give the true meaning of crown? Why are they crowning this virus? Why am I putting a crown on this virus? And when you think of a crown, you think of it being on a king's head. Let's be honest, a tiara goes on a queen's head. King, queen, however you want to put it. It's dawning something to be dominant. And the virus took out many people. So it was crowned before and after, during, whatever you want to put. This virus was crowned before it did the damage it did. Why would I crown a virus? When I think of corona and meaning crown, that's like glorifying. It's like giving props. It's like giving ultimate dawning to something, like you're the king, in a sense, if you think of it meaning crown. So corona, their name is of pride. It's of some stance of power. When I think of this, and I think of the fact so many stars came out and said they had corona. And if I remember, it was before we even had the deaths. So the question is, if it was wiping you out normally, how did they survive? You're thinking, oh, they got the money to have the best things. I hear you. But remember, the drug that was inspired through speaking of the presidency during the time didn't even work. So how would these guys survive? How would they make it through if all those people, their immune system's no different than yours? How'd they make it through? How'd they do it? You're thinking they had access to something hidden. They still don't have anything to mean anything of power for people. So the question is, how did they figure it out? How did they survive? There were people that took stuff and didn't survive it. You know what I mean? How did they? When you realize that they survived after they came out live and said, I have coronavirus, that should give things away to you, the funny part of it. I really want to see if someone figures this out. Because this is going to make you think. Because honestly, it boils down to being biblical. A lot of it's biblical. It's in the Bible, if you look at it and think. But they gave themselves away. When they said, I have coronavirus, they were telling you something. And it's kind of crazy because I really want to see if anybody else started getting this. If they looked at what they said, I have coronavirus, and thought about it, they were just telling you something. I think that I want to see who picked it up. Who picked up and acknowledged this? Especially if you look at who said it, it would give you a clear understanding. And if you see them quarantining themselves, allegedly quarantining themselves, that should make you think too. I'm not going to say this mystery is figured out completely, but I understand the basis behind it. And when they said, I have coronavirus, I understood what they were saying to me. But the question is, why were they telling me? I don't understand. I get what they're saying. I get the stance they're taking, but I don't understand why you're telling me this or the importance it plays. Unless it was a message not meant for me, then I get it. If the message wasn't meant for me in the public, I was just witnessing it, I understand completely. But I want to see if anybody can think about this one. I feel, in my opinion, there is a message that was given and that everyone was supposed to see. And at that time, you understand it. You understand the world you're living in, and it confirms a lot of different talk around the situation and talk that was prior to your age, your parents' age. It confirms a lot if you know what you're looking for. I want to see if anybody can tell me what they think it meant, because I have an understanding of what it meant. Now that I retold you that Corona means crown, what did it mean to you? I want to see everybody name the person that said it, and I want you to tell me what you think it meant to you. Because I get what they're saying, but I don't understand why it's important to any of us. What does it mean to the humanity? And it's crazy how shortly after, interracial tensions of people is risen, when I know a lot of different people who are in interracial relationships, and I applaud it if they are. Like, what's the problem? Why are you doing this when there are children that are mixed? And I don't just mean black and white. They can be Arab and black. They can be Chinese and white. I just don't get it why they came out and said it right before this happens. There is a connection. And again, unless you understand why I think they came out and said it, the connection may not be in your mind. Or you may have your other connection aside from what I'm trying to put out and see if people understand. Just a thought. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm looking for all people to interact. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Everybody tell me what you think it meant. And let me be honest. What you say might be exactly what I say or something I never heard of. Just let me know what you think it meant, because I have my opinion on it. And I have a reason for the timing of it. A reason like that. The reason it came out around this time. Let me know what you think. I'll give you one of them that I think was a benefit. It's very fortunate how this happened right before the presidential electing term. That was very interesting to me. Right before we enter into a new presidency. And Bernie Sanders dropped out. That, I think, in itself is a hint to the message. Thank you for rocking with me. I got more coming to you. All rights reserved. We in the building, Commenter Nation.